Hi, I'm Georgia Williams, and this is your energy update for September. Let's take a look at what happened in the uranium space. The uranium space was relatively quiet for most of the month, ahead of the release of Q3 updates. However, there were a few stories. Concern is mounting over the quality and grade of uranium that is being enriched by Iran. The country has threatened to enrich uranium past sanction grades if the U.S. continues to ratchet up sanctions against the country, which are impacting its oil sector. Washington has refused to budge on sanctions and even went as far as to blame Iran for attacks on the Saudi Arabian oil sector earlier this month. There has been some renewed hope in recent days, with reports stating that President Trump may be receptive to signing a new deal led by UK leader Boris Johnson. The U.S. pulled out of a previous deal last year that was signed by former President Obama and several EU nations. The deal saw sanctions against Iran eased for more stringent monitoring of the country's nuclear program, which also include caveats about centrifuge types, enrichment totals, and stockpiling grades. INN also spoke to uranium miners, analysts, and sector watchers about the impact the U.S. Section 232 uranium investigation has had on the sector, as well as what catalysts need to occur to get the uranium price out of the $25 range. You can find all of that content on our website and YouTube channel. We also published our popular list of the top 5 publicly traded uranium companies. This year's top 5 in order are Cameco, Rio Tinto, BHP, Energy Resources of Australia, and Paladin Energy. The current spot price for U3O8 is $25.80. While the uranium sector remained muted for much of the month, there was a lot of news in the oil and gas space. Early in the month, a cabinet shuffle in Saudi Arabia caused the price of Brent crude to spike. News that Energy Minister Khalid Al-Falih would be replaced by Prince Abdulaziz bin Salman, the son of the Saudi Arabian king, drove the price of Brent crude and WTI crude higher by roughly 1%. Mid-month, a drone attack on the Saudi Arabian oil sector impacted output in the country, reducing its production by almost half. The unmanned aerial assault removed 5.7 million barrels of crude from the market. That's roughly 5% of all global supply, and resulted in the largest one-day price surge for the energy fuel. Despite the country asserting production will be back up by the end of the month, analysts remain concerned over the situation in the area and speculate that prices could go as high as $80 a barrel. As the world's leader in oil production, the U.S. has vowed to up its output or tap into its reserves to ensure the market stays steady. Later in the month, at a meeting of the UN General Assembly, the UK, France, and Germany joined the US in laying blame for the drone attacks on Iran, which will likely not bode well for diplomatic relations around transportation in the Persian Gulf and uranium enrichment. That's it from the energy sector. Make sure to check back next month to find out what happened in October. In the meantime, you can follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube.